So what's up, guys? So I'm gonna be making a speeder tips video. I'm just gonna have some replays in the back, just speeder gameplay. This one I'm pleading with the guildmate. He's one of my close friends. In this one, so I'll just start off with like the list, whatever. So number one, you always want to be moving around. Like what I usually do is, for any map, you always want to try to like scope out the scene, so like get a little ahead of your teammates to just kind of move to like the center-ish of the map and try to like see where the enemies are, so that your other teammates have an idea of where to start moving and stuff. Also, problem with that though is you don't want to have to be all alone as a speeder. You don't want to have to be alone as a speeder and you get caught up in the middle of all of the enemies and then you die instantaneously. That has happened to me a lot, so I know from experience that that's a bad call. I have kind of learned when to do that, when not to do that, what would happen if I did do that, etc., etc. So number two, the job for a speeder is to provide support and be a distraction. And also, what I'm doing here, you can see that I'm calling out the shots. This entire game, none of my teammates died, because in this game they actually listened to me, and being the top infamy person on a game means that like people should listen to you. And if they don't, then they're just wasting their time, because they don't trust that that person is at that infamy for no reason. Like, they know what they're doing, so just listen to them, even if that person is a speeder. So another good tip, number three actually, is to always be checking that mini-map at the top left corner. I don't normally check it like all the time, but just think of it as like this super hot person at the gym, right? And they're like doing squats or something, and you're like, oh my god, I need to like check them out, just cause like, you know, they're doing like flipping squats. I don't know what you're into, but so you always like glance at them like every like 10-15 seconds. So just think of that as like the mini map. All right, you might be asking, wait, Feared, what's the gym? No, that's a different topic. You might have to talk to someone else about that. Damn, that's an awful joke. Okay, forget about that. So number four, yeah, don't be afraid to go for shots. So like me on this map, I'm not afraid of like going to this corner, and even though I'm in the middle of like all of the enemies, along with this other speeder, I'm not afraid of like getting inside and dealing the damage, because that's what speeders are supposed to do. They're supposed to go in into those hard situations. Ow, that hurt. Into those hard situations, just because we have all those yellow items, and we're supposed to be able to take those shots and finish kills, while the shooters and fixers usually like stay in the back, kind of like deal more of the damage. We have to go inside and take those kills. That's why like most of the speeders have high like kill ratios, or like the good ones at least, because they actually do their job as a speeder. Number five is to protect your fixer from enemy speeders, and kind of like along with this is to also attack enemy fixers. So you want to be protecting your fixer, especially if it isn't like an MK7 like this homie, but like how we were all focusing on Popular Outlaw, just because she's an amazing fixer, so we got to take her out just so we have a chance to actually win the fight. Like that. Ooh. And what I do sometimes is I always check if the enemy or the unfriends, if they have a speeder on their team, and try to take them out first. If they do something stupid or like go scout out further than they should have, then taking them out can actually help with the overall like length of the game too, just because if you're down to like the enemy speeder versus like a shooter on your team, they're just gonna run around willy-nilly and just prolong the entire game. But if they're out of the game in the beginning, then that's super easy for the rest of them to just clean up. all the young friends. So number 6, I think, yeah, number 6, is always pick your yellow items depending on the type of like style speeder that you want to play. So like for me, I have Overboost Nitro and Tesla Shield, just because I like going into those going into like the enemies and just like dealing massive damage and then running away as fast as I can, and then just going back and like just repeating that. Also, I've been kind of manipulating and changing around my blue items. So I used to do Turbo, Big Shield, and Band-Aid, but with this loadout, the Sniper Explosive Cannon, I started using 2 shields and a turbo, just because while going into the enemy place, whatever, to get those kills, you want to have a lot of damage or a lot of health, just so you don't die as quickly, and because you're gonna be targeted first, just because enemies know that like, okay, this is a speeder, we gotta kill him, just because speeders are flippin' annoying. And here, in this game, we were looking at all of the people that were kind of all by themselves, and I think me or one of the other speeders just called them out. And as a team, you have to see that, and that's why we targeted them together and took him out. So now it's already 4-3, or we have 4 alive and they have 3. But this game, this was an interesting battle, because it shows you the power of that EC should hit, that totally should hit. But it shows you the power of like communication, because at the end it's just me and Mufigo versus those 2 guys, and like their speeder, he kind of did something stupid. He should have like stayed with his fixer and tried to draw us out, but I think we were just like chilling in the capture zone or something, I don't know, but whatever. And along with the yellow items, so number 7 tip is Tesla shielding teammates for cover. If you do use a Tesla shield, and you do you're like kind of aware of how it works, stuff like that, then using it to actually protect not only yourself but also your teammates is a great way of saving their health, and ooh, that was a nice shot, of saving their health and making sure that you're not only like helping them with their health, even if they don't have a Band-Aid, but this guy's got a Band-Aid, but you're also giving them time to actually like have their weapons cool down, just so they don't have to worry about being targeted, because they're being protected by a Tesla shield. It's usually like 7-8 seconds. Oh, another thing about those is I have 2 health perks on my Tesla shield, so it's like 30 or something like that. Usually before it was like 1100, and that's what made it kind of hard. I just had like time perks on it, so it was like 8 seconds or like 8.5 seconds or something, and only 1100 health for that. But I switched 2 of the time perks and put it to health perks, and I like it better. Like, it's only like 7 seconds long, but well, if you didn't miss that shot, I probably would have died. But here I was just teasing him. I knew he wasn't going to come around and try to attack me, because his weapons were still reloading. So I kind of just teased him a little, and then he's just running around. I'm at 1000 health, so I know if I get hit one more time, I'm probably gonna die. So I've been taking it really easy. I was checking to see if Bullshot Gear was peeping out, just so if he like shot a sniper or whatever. He dies from a mine, which is actually really good. But you can see all the communication that me and Mufigo are doing, just to make sure that neither of us die. And here, I know I said negative because I noticed at the time was around like 15 seconds left, and I knew that like if Bullshot got one shot off me, then it would have tied. So we kind of just chilled here until the end and got the win. So that's it for my speeder tips. You can see, yeah, this is about 1320. It's really good to have health perks on that. If you're a speeder, I just feel that if you're going to be going between all those enemies and like dealing the massive damage, then when you want to escape, you need to make sure that you're able to without taking a lot of damage as well. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. I hope these tips are like helpful in some way. I kind of just thought of them the past like week or so. It's not something I like always do, but it's something that I used to do when I first started out as a speeder, which was like months ago. And I think I'm like okay, like decent-ish. Alright, that'll end it for this video. Hope you guys liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.